Hey everybody, welcome back to the third episode, and look at this! We got ourselves a new village. Now, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles the last one, as you can probably already see. We don't really have a proper farm, we just have this little bit here, where we're getting a little bit of, barley, wheat, flax, and hemp, I believe, is what I planted. Tar kiln is basically just started up, so we don't have any coal yet. Yeah, it's not nearly as nice as the previous one. However, we did move very, very, very far away. In fact, if you saw the last episode, we're right next to the Kingdom of Dis, so we decided, you know what, probably a good idea that I leave. So the next night, me and Prelux, we packed up all the good stuff that we could carry, and we moved very, very, very far away. It was quite a long trek, and to get things set up, I stayed up until, oh god, how long would it have been? I stayed up until about 4:30 in the morning just to try and get this place to some kind of manageable level by the first night, because I was worried someone would walk by and rob us. And then very soon after I slept and woke up the next morning, we finished the wall. So, not nearly as impressive. However, it's a nice new area. We have a lot of hedgehogs in this area, so that's something I don't usually get. If we look at my character sheet here, I'm actually studying, here it is, hedgehog quills. Also, since the last episode, there's been an update to the Ender client, which is the client that I use, that makes it so that you can now see how much LP per hour you get on everything that you're studying, researching, whatever you want to call it. So you can see here, this has an LP per hour ratio of 148 LP per hour. This one is 171. This one is 65. You know, this is useful. Like, you can see the Batwing's very high at 407 LP per hour. So this is super useful information, because now that the study table exists, like, normally there'd be the study things that you'd have when you're playing a lot, where they are short to research, but you get a lot for it. And if you're going on vacation or something, you'd get a few ones that take like multiple days to finish, because then they usually give you a large lump sum, but they can be studied over the course of a lot of days, so you can kind of have that in the background and get a lot out of that. Well, now because we have study tables or study desks that will, whenever you run out of, whenever you finish studying something rather, it'll bring another thing in that you have on your desk. The LP per hour is more important than it has ever been, so that is really nice to be able to see. Anyway, as you can probably see up there, I've been working on getting ready for the next expansion of the village, because I want to have my big farming area like we used to have. We have a ton of dirt here. These are all stacks of, most of them are about 250, because that's the max, but I had to take a little bit from them to fill out some parts here. So the land within here is not even yet, and we're working on a wheelbarrow, but I am one piece of leather short of making the wheelbarrow, which is really annoying. You can see here, I already have the boards and the wood. We have 7 leather, just right up here. And we need 8, so that's annoying, and leather takes a long time to tan. I believe it's 16 hours for a hide to tan into a piece of leather. And we need 4 bone glue. We already have 2 sitting around, and I've got plenty of bones up here that I can turn into bone glue. We do have a way better saw than we used to. We have a 42.5 quality saw. We used to have a 25 quality saw, just because I'm killing stronger enemies now and getting better quality bone, so it's pretty easy to make a better saw, which gets us better boards. Even if you're using standard quality wood, you do get some better quality boards. So my tanning tubs are a little better, but really my tanning tubs really bring the quality of the hides down when they become leather. So I've really got to work on improving that. We've got good quality water here. We have 35 quality water, which is not bad from a natural source. But anyway, I thought, while we talk here, how's the compost been doing? Not bad. 29 quality mulch. I've been putting 40-something quality fox meat in there that I that I kill. However, the mulch does get soft capped by the quality of the compost bin. I didn't know that going in because I'm an idiot and didn't check, so yeah, quality 14. I can do a lot better than that now. I've got good quality bone. I can make some good bone glue. I got better boards than when I made this. I could really improve that, and I probably should, because mulch is what I'm going to use instead of soil to grow my trees. Okay, I actually really want to kill that badger. So I'm going to show you how I kill stuff. So a lot of people, the first episode is already gone live, so a lot of people actually from the Haven Hearth forum have actually started watching the series and have been giving me advice, which is super cool. And I've been getting some advice on combat. So a character in-game called Death, I wish I could tell you his name on the forum and stuff, I don't remember at the top of my head. I'm bad with usernames and a lot of people messaged me. But he gave me this really good tactic of spam some uppercuts out at the beginning of a fight, not to hurt them. Like, normally I do a lot of punches to get an opening, and then a series of uppercuts, and that's done really well for me. But you can see I'm just wrecking this thing. A low blow add to the deck. I already had a low blow, but I think low blow is not very popular because it's a low cooldown, or slow cooldown, whatever you want to call it. Right, so normally I've been getting pretty good at killing boars and stuff, actually, like some tougher, I almost said monsters, wild animals, just by doing a bunch of punches to open them up for green, and then doing uppercuts for damage, and that's turned out pretty well for me so far. However, he actually had a better tactic that he suggested for me. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of deep cuts, by the way. I've been experimenting with what I can and cannot fight, and it's been rough. I have plenty of stuff to take care of the cuts, though. I just haven't gotten around to it, honestly. I have a bunch of those way boards, I think they're called. It's a plant that grows. It heals deep cuts, but it's very slow at it. I could also make those stinging polices, but they lower my agility and strength a lot, and I still need to fight a lot. Anyway, I'm rambling. Combat moves, that's what I wanted to show you. So my current thing here is I use the uppercuts not to hit, because it attacks green and blue, but just because it's fast and gives a big opening on yellow, which is reeling. Once I have the opening to about 50, maybe a little higher depending on what I'm fighting, I switch over to side swipes. It's the lowest cooldown thing in the game, so it's even faster than punching and uppercutting. It doesn't have much of an opening. It's half the opening that uppercut takes, which is why you want to open with those uppercuts. But it attacks sweeping, which is yellow, so it's attacking the weak point I made by doing all the uppercuts. You need any edged weapon, so I have a 25, almost 26 quality stone axe. I got lucky, and you can like kind of not fish up driftwood or drift things. Well, you can fish them up, but there's also like a random event thing of, you know, forageables like spindly taproot. I was pointing at one down there. Keep forgetting you can't see that. You know, forageables, spindly taproot, stuff like that. You can also find things called like Volksgott or something along those lines. And this doesn't have much meat on it. The way it works is it picks random things people have dropped in the water, and it's basically just stuff that's drifted to shore. So I got a really good quality stone out of that at one point, just dumping all the meat in the trough there, because I don't want it. I don't find badger meat all that useful. Anyway, the side swipe is only 75% of the weapon damage, and a stone axe is, I believe, the worst weapon in terms of like edge damage. However, it's a better quality one than you'd normally start with. 25 quality I'm not thrilled with, so I'm going to put it in the low quality bone pile. These are the high quality ones. Right, dump the fresh badger fur, and this attacks so fast that it's actually really worth using. Like, I do more damage with the uppercuts if I do the punch and the uppercut tactic, but I feel like now that I'm getting some real practice in with the whole side swipe thing, I think I am doing more damage over time. Like, past the maybe 20-second part mark of the fight, I would have been doing more damage with side swipe. So I can kill a fox faster with the old uppercut thing, but side swipe is good for anything that is even remotely dangerous. And even then, the fox, I only kill it slightly slower, and it still doesn't get any real hits in on me, so why switch schools for it? But anyway, I am going to build this wall. So I think what I want to do is, God, I cannot wait to finish that wheelbarrow, by the way. The wheelbarrow will let me move stockpiles, and that'll be really nice for getting this dirt out of here. So I think what I want to do is wall up this whole part. Maybe I'll put a gate around here. Maybe. Hold on. How long is that straight? I actually don't know. I'm just going to take a lace stone just because it's anything. So that's 31 long. Now, I am horrendous with head math due to my cerebral palsy. So 31, what's the halfway point of 31? The halfway point would be like 15 and a half. So that means I would need, what, a 3 thing wide gate to make it symmetrical? To find the halfway point of that? I don't know. You know what? If it's not symmetrical, I don't care. I will live with it. It'll bug me forever, but I'll live with it. Alright, I actually don't need to pick this up, so I want to show you a thing. I routinely forget this because I am, in fact, stupid. Do I want a gate on this side? I really don't need a gate on that side, do I? No, I don't think I do. Okay, so we're gonna extend the wall here and just start building, and you'll see it's actually taking wood straight from my stockpile, which is super useful. So if we look at the personal claim here, by the way, the personal claim is just these walls. So I have left this unsealed because you cannot seal, or you cannot extend somebody else's, someone else's palisade? Hold on. I know this name, it's in like every game ever. Palisade, yeah. You cannot extend someone else's if it's in their claim, just pro tip. Not that I'm a pro. So I don't think I've actually ever explained that mechanic in full before, so I guess I will now. Too tired to build, right? This is gonna happen a lot, let's just drink some water. We have decent quality water though, so it doesn't eat up too much of our energy drinking it, which is nice. So, when you make the first corner post of a wall, that's the starting point, is a corner post. It requires a lot of stuff. It requires some rope. It requires, was it like 5 ropes? That's 50 string worth. Requires hides. It requires bone glue. Actually, does it require hides? I'm fairly sure it requires hides. And then, of course, it requires a lot of wood. That's for the first corner post. From then on, you can extend walls in any direction, and you need it to be paved under it first. However, once you started extending a wall, every single square of the wall is worth 5 wood. You need 5 wood for it. Let's get another corner post here. Every subsequent corner post, however, only requires 30 blocks of wood. You don't need all of those resources for every single one, which is nice. So we're just gonna get this built. Now, this is gonna be not in our personal claim, and we don't have a village claim yet, so someone could come by and troll us by, like, if someone wanted to be mean, they could, like, pave out here, and then pave out, like, all around the base, just one extra line, and then wall over the whole thing if they had a lot of time on their hands, and it would basically lock us in and completely fuck us over. So you need to be really careful about stuff like that. Any corner post, you can seal it so that it cannot be used anymore for extending walls. I left these unsealed just because they're on my personal claim, so they can't do anything with it anyway. Even if you have criminal acts on, you can't do anything with it, at least according to the forum. Let's do this other side first as well, before I do the far side. So I'm probably gonna seal up these two corner posts I'm gonna have, as well as the ones on the gate. I'm probably gonna seal those ones up. I don't see myself expanding out that way anymore. You never know, I might, but by the time I'd need to expand out more that direction, if I were to decide I wanted to expand out in that direction, then I would feel like the resources required to be so easy to get that I wouldn't mind losing it. It really wouldn't be enough extra work to really be concerned. I hate that it's using that stockpile and not this one. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, well, I'm walking over there anyway, so let's move some of it over. Wish it would have used that stockpile just for the sake of convenience. So you can see the wall doesn't need to be 100% leveled out. I originally thought it did, and I did so much terraforming at the previous base because of that. No, it turns out that you can be a lot more lenient with it. We actually saw that the other day on Dis's Kingdom, that you can actually have pretty steep elevation changes. I think it's an elevation change of 3 per square is fine, which is a lot more than it sounds. Like, you can see this is a sharp incline here, and that's fine. I'm working with it right now. So you can see that our energy, by the way, I don't know if I've ever explained this. Maximum energy is 10,000. You get energy from eating, and you lose energy every time that your stamina regens, although it's very, very little. Anytime you drink water to get stamina back faster, which does drain it much faster. And I believe recovering wounds also eats up stamina. Stamina? Energy. Sorry, stamina and energy are not interchangeable in this game. It's a little confusing. All right, those 2 walls done. Okay, so what I was saying there, when your energy is below 8,000, it goes kind of this beige color. That means you're not healing. If I have wounds, like you can see I have 100, 100, 200. So I have 100 soft health, 100 hard health, 200 max health. If one of my scrapes or cuts were to heal, and my hard health were to go up, my soft health wouldn't try and catch up with it, because I just don't have the energy for my body to be healing right now. If it gets below 5,000, I can't do hard labor. So I can do some things. I think I can cut trees, I could chop wood, I could saw boards. I can't dig. That's the big thing, is I can't terraform, because that's hard labor. I believe I can't go mining either, although I could be wrong. And if it's below 2,000, you'll start to take starvation damage. Starvation damage will kill you real fast, and to remove the hard health damage of starvation, you need to get all the way back up to like 8,000 plus energy, I believe. Again, this is all just stuff that I've read on the forum. I love browsing the Haven Hearth forum. It's a lot of fun. And it's shocking how many people there remember me. I didn't think my little series would be something that people would remember. I'm a fucking nobody online, but okay. I mean, I can't complain. The people have been nothing but kind to me. I've gotten quite a few messages on the forum being super polite and super awesome to me, so I really think that's cool. And a few of them have already joined my Discord server just to hang out. Anyway, we gotta figure this out now. So if this is 31 long, then not counting the corner posts is 29 long. So what I need to factor in here is to make a gate, you need a corner post on either side of it. So we're not just trying to look for the halfway point and say, okay, gate's too big, so we do 2, or this one's uneven, it's an odd number, so I can do a 3-wide gate and that'll fix it. What I actually need to find is the points on either side of where that gate will be. Because, actually, no, I know a way to find that, right. Sorry, again, I'm really horrific at head math. I can't picture things in my head. It's called aphantasia. It's a side effect of my case of cerebral palsy. Anyway, so if 15, 16 is like the halfway point here, then I would want the gate to be, I think I would want the gate to be this, and this. So the 13 point right there is where I want the corner post to be. 12 is lined up with this stockpile. So what I want to do is extend this to be lined up with the stockpile. There we go. And then we'll do a corner post, large gate, corner post, extend, and then it's done. I think I've done the math on that to make it centered. Knowing me, it'll be like one off center or something, and I will have fucked up everything, and then the YouTube comments will never let me live it down, and I'll cry myself to sleep softly. But until that happens, I'm just gonna live with my mistakes and be an adult about it. Please don't tell me I'm about to run out of wood. Oh, I thought I was gonna run out at like 29. Okay, and again, if I had a wheelbarrow, I could move this wood over to here so easily. Okay, I think we've got this correct, though. God, it feels wrong, doesn't it? Okay, no, it looks a lot better when I take it at this angle. Okay, we'll see how this goes. So I want to prepare a gate. You can see we can make 2 different lengths. The smaller length is the ones you can see over here. The larger length is this. So we need the wood for... it's not close enough. Okay. So we might actually need to move some wood around here. So at any time, if someone were to walk by while I'm doing this, they could fuck with me so bad. They could walk around sealing all my walls and stuff. Like, they could really mess with me right now if they wanted to. Which is why I kind of want to get this done fast. I haven't seen many people around here. I did see one poor guy. Okay, you see this right here? How there's like these... Someone put up a fence and it's all decaying? Some poor dude, I think didn't know how strong moose were. I was just standing out here, I was taking care of the wild sheep. Those are 2 wild sheep I've been in the process of taming. And I had just finished taming one, I think, so I was walking around, and I heard all this combat going on. Well, like, me and my fiance we're on another window in my browser trying to, like, we're getting ready to watch some wrestling, some pro wrestling. And and we just heard all these combat noises. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I tab back into this and I look, and there's some poor guy on a horse trying to run away, getting absolutely mauled by a moose. And like, he gets knocked out, his horse gets knocked out, and I just walk over and I'm standing at the wall and I'm like, I don't want to get too close in case he's hostile. He's got like a sword and like he's got a lot of metal gear on, so he could probably beat my ass if he wanted to. But at the same time, like, I walk and it's just some poor schmuck didn't know how fucking tough moose are. Gets his ass just handed to him. And like, what do I say? First, I don't know if he speaks English, because a large amount of the player base speaks Russian, and I think and a lot of them, from my experience, only use Google Translate to speak English, at least the ones I've communicated with. So I don't know if anything I say would matter to him. I don't know if he's probably looking at his screen, because he's probably waiting to get back up. Like, literally, I just stood there staring at him for like 3 minutes before I could think of anything to say. Because, like, I want to express that I, like, oh, sorry that happened, man, kind of thing. But, like, what the fuck do I say in that moment? Where it's just some scrub like me, and I just watch this guy get beaten up by a moose. And I can't say, well, I've been there, because, well, that would be a lie. I know I can't fight a moose, so I don't try. So I think all I could find to say eventually was like, I'm sorry that happened to you. And even then, that probably came across way more condescending than I meant. I genuinely felt bad for the guy. Got beat up by a moose. Now, as a filthy Canadian myself, I can tell you that moose are not to be trifled with. A lot of people, they just think like Rocky and Bullwinkle, oh, moose, these doofy animals. No, moose derail trains. If a moose gets hit by a train, the train goes off its rails. A moose is well over 1,000 pounds. I think it's like 2 tons is an adult moose. And moose charge. Moose are like rhinos from North America. Jesus, you don't fuck with moose. I've gone on this rant quite a few times before. What game was it that if you play Civilization 4, Sid Meier's Civilization 4, and you know of the Caveman to Cosmos mod for it, very good mod. Do I have the door open inwards or outwards? I would imagine I have it open outwards, because then you can't bash a gate inwards. That's the way they would construct it. Yeah, because the reinforcement poles are on the inside of the gate, yeah. And this only takes 15 more wood than a regular gate. Regular gate's only 30, so it's really not any serious extra work to get a big gate done. I will have to move a little bit of wood over here, though. So we're almost done this gate, which is super nice. But anyway, that's where he fell right there, so his horse was still KO'd for quite a long time, so he actually built that wall around his horse to try and keep things away from it, and it was knocked out for like 2 days or something. It was insane, like, oh, I just kept checking up on the horse, but like, what can I say to a guy in that instance? Because I can't say I've been there, because no, I haven't fought a moose. I know I can't fight a moose. And I can't say, like, let me get you some help. What can I do to help this guy? What am I gonna get him? A stinging poultice? Give him some really lame, like, noob medicine? What? I didn't even have any on me. I mean, I could have started boiling up my cauldron and make him some. And, like, maybe he'd consider that a nice gesture of, like, okay, this doesn't help me at all, but I can see that this guy's heart is in the right place kind of thing. But, like, in reality, you know what he probably did? He probably teleported back to his hearth fire, put on some gauze that he made because he has 1,000 sheep tamed, and he was 100% fine. Like, I'm sure that dude didn't need my help. Okay, so before I install this lock, I'm going to apply my key to it. Pro tip, you can do this, and then apply it to my door. There we go. So what I just did is I made it so that this door works on the same key as this door, which is very nice. It's very useful. All you have to do is apply your key to your uninstalled lock. And I feel like I can pretty safely seal all of these. If I'm expanding anywhere, I'm probably expanding like northeast. I have a hard time with how the map is tilted in-game. In fact, northeast, this is actually just north going in that direction. But if I were to expand, I'd be expanding north, so I don't feel like sealing these is going to do anything negative. I think I explained this in the first episode, by the way, but I'll explain it again just because it's super quick. That is a beautiful animation. A little bit goofy, actually. It's a little bit cartoony. I like it. Right, because these parts of the walls are not in anyone's claim, it's not in a personal claim, it's not in a village claim, it's not in anything, they will decay with time. So an important part of my daily routine is about 3 times a day, I make sure just to walk the perimeter of my walls to make sure that nothing's damaged. If it is damaged, it usually only takes 1 wooden block to fully repair it. 2 if it got hit twice, but that's unlikely. Every once in a while, like every 30 minutes, I think, there's like a decay check, and random things will get hit by decay. The chance of something getting hit by multiple levels of decay is quite low. And I was just going out there to pick up some taproot and some wild windsome weed. Wild windsome weeds are something I'm collecting a lot of right now, just because I had to abandon most of my seeds back at the old village, which really sucks. So, right, that one's not sealed, but I'm cool with that one not being sealed. There we go. And let's just teleport Hearthfire because I'm lazy and don't want to walk inside. This is faster. There we go. All right. So, man, I'd love to record taming an animal for you. I bet you people would find that useful. Well, I could just do it on my tutorial series when I start that, but you know. Again, by the way, if you have any questions about the game at all, just feel free to just comment. I read every comment. I still get emailed for every comment I get on YouTube. Comment any question you have, and I would absolutely love to maybe make a video on that in the tutorial series that I am going to be starting up very soon on Haven Hearth. Anyway, we got a cave not too far away from me, so I could probably get some metal soon. My main thing stopping me from getting metal right now is just look at my health. If there's a cave in, there's a very reasonable chance that I would die, and I always end up getting wounds because I'm always like, I'm almost like fully healed up and everything, like things aren't that bad. I'm like, you know what? I haven't fought a deer yet. Maybe I can fight a deer. So I went to go fight a deer and it kicked my ass. Turns out that cows and deer are pretty strong. So yeah, I've actually been having a huge conversation on the forum about fist fighting a cow. And of course, a lot of people come in just to say like, oh, cheese it with a boat and stuff like that, or you know, that crap. And my response is just, I want to earn it. That's the fun part of the game for me. I want to earn it. I want to be able to do a stand-up fight with a cow and win. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just not the kind of guy that likes to cheese stuff like that. I don't find that very rewarding or fun, but that's just how I play. I know it handicaps me a lot in this game, I'm sure, because there's a lot of easy ways to exploit animals in this game, and I just choose not to do them, because I want to be able to fight it mono. I like the combat system in this game. There's a surprising amount of depth in this, and I'd really love to figure out that golden combo that really works well against each different animal, you know? But we are at 35 strength, which is good for where I'm at. We're at 34 agility, but it is brought down by the armor that I'm wearing. My constitution is 40, which is my max health. And my unarmed combat is at 60 now. We have no bonuses for it. It's kind of a bitch to get good things that buff unarmed, like gilding things to sew onto your clothing that buff unarmed. Really annoying to get. But actually, you know what? Don't I have a piece of gear that has another gilding slugs? I wouldn't mind putting a forager brooch on that. Oh, right, I can't put another forager brooch on right now. I forgot. The thing holding me back on forager brooches is I haven't been drying any squirrel tails because I've been so busy drying hides. This fresh badger hide is almost done drying and I can't wait because when it is, I have, in this pile here, another badger hide. If you have 2 badger hides, you can make a badger vest, which is a very weak armor. However, it can be gilded, which is really nice. And you can wear it as under armor, you wear it as a shirt. So I can take off this nettle shirt that's slowing me down with the agility loss, give it a leather patch so I can still have the gilding bonus, and then boom, more armor soak and armor deflect. So for anyone wondering about my armor, let's go in here. Go. Oh, I'm sorry, did I just nostalgia blast you? Yeah, I actually went back to the legacy version of this game, and I found the button commands, like the console commands for each song, recorded each song manually, and that's how I use them for the intro and outro of this. And I've decided every time I walk in a cabin, I'm gonna play the cabin music from Legacy, Haven, and Hearth. Anyway, I have leather armor, just like a chest piece leather armor. Cannot be gilded, which is a pain in the ass, but it's the best armor I can find right now. We also have Batwing, which is nice, it can be gilded. It's a cape, which I don't have any other capes I can make anyway. We have some leather boots, which I have not gilded yet, just because leather is a bit of a commodity for me at the moment. I have tons of hides. I can get tons of leather, it's a slow process. Got some leather pants, also not that great. You lose a lot of agility on them for not a whole lot of armor. So, you know, just taking what I can get here. And we also have a boar tusk helmet, which is not bad. It's better than leather pants and stuff, I believe. I can wear that. It's just right now I'm wearing my fox hat because A, it looks awesome, and B, I happen to have a good leather patch on it, whereas I don't believe this is guildable. Let me just double check. Nope. And I also have my bunny slippers off, which hurts my feelings, because bunny slippers make you chase after rabbits faster, which is really nice if you want to catch rabbits. But for now, the armor is a little bit more important to me, even if it's not much. But having a badger hide would be an extra, I believe it's 3 armor soak, 1 armor deflect, something along those lines. Let's double check. No, I don't think it's under armor and helms. Oh, it is, okay. No, it is 2 armor deflect, 1 armor soak, I believe is what the 2/1 for armor class means. Let me just double check here. So this is a 1/4. Okay, yeah, that's what that means then. The first number is armor deflect, the second number is armor soak. What each one of those means, I'm not 100% confident in saying. After this, I'll go look it up so that I'm 100% confident. But I think that's a really good end point for this episode. I need to go stream some more Crusader Kings 2. Those streams have been super, super fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this episode. Again, if you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them in the comments section. I read all of them. I respond as much as I can. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.